You all can be seated. Does the energy feel different today? Service looks more packed. Service feels more lively, right? And it's going to get even more lively because today is the Orenda Testimonies. So to introduce what Orenda is, I'd like to invite my brother from another mother, Timothy Copo.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Yeah, so as you've noticed, all of our youth, all of you guys' children are returned here at Ohio Family Church. So yeah, we just completed Project Orenda, 2 weeks out in the wilderness. Um, yeah. Oh, neat. Clicker. So, yeah, start with what is Orenda? So, Orenda is a word. It's a extraordinary invisible power believed by the Iroquois Native Americans to persuade in varying degrees all animate and inanimate natural objects as transmissible spiritual energy capable of attending according to the will of its processor. That's a lot of words. But anyways, basically, it's the idea that okay. Oh, thank you. Anyways, it's okay. It's the idea that everything has everything. All of creation reflects God, right? As the principle tells us. In nature, you can experience God's nature. So a lot of the focus of Orenda is going out, spending time in nature, spending time, well, yeah, in nature. But I think for most groups, at least for my group, it ended up being on the water most of the time. But it's still nature. Water is nature. Yeah, it was fun. But yeah, anyways, we had a good time. And yeah, also, like, anyways, I didn't really prepare, but just kind of sharing again what the hope or the vision for Orenda is. Like, anyways, Reverend Dunkley, they mentioned, not Reverend Dunkley mentioned to them, who mentioned to us team leaders, like, yeah, really wants all, um, all second gen, all blessed children to be able to experience mission, or well, I guess in this case, next gen mission, previously GPA, SCF, MFT. Anyways, you guys get it. Yeah, because I'm sure if all those who have experienced it know you can really experience God's heart through that. And yeah, Orenda is also a little bit of an introduction to that as well. A little bit of fundraising, a little bit of, yeah, experiencing God's heart just on a little level. I'm sure each of the kids even have their own experiences in fundraising, even if it was only a few days. Um, yeah, even in a few days, so many miraculous things can happen, so many ways God can work. I think, yeah, so it's really amazing that they were able to do so, able to experience it, and able to start kind of thinking and going forward with that. So we started on, when did we start? We started on the 1st. We arrived on the 1st. It was our first workshop. Yes, so during the first workshop, there's a lot of education, especially about, like True Mother's been telling us, pure water, what is pure water, how we are pure water, and how we can continue to grow and infect the environment around us as well. And yeah, and to substantiate that, we ended the first workshop with coming back to God activity. They did it last year, but anyways, just to really, uh, yeah, I guess substantiate their determination, their will, their overcoming in whatever obstacles or challenges may be facing them in their life. And yeah, so it was a really big way to end the first workshop as we prepared to go out into fundraising. So yeah, we went fundraising, and every morning, during fundraising and after fundraising, we had a morning service, so little short guidance given by one of the team leaders every day over different topics, gratitude, uh, relationships, sibling relationships, true joy, false joy, stuff like that. To practice not only while we were fundraising, but also to practice while we were uh, adventuring. So, yeah, like I mentioned, we spent a lot of time in nature and seeing different things. Um, yeah, and I think at least it looked like all of the teams had a great time. I know our team enjoyed enjoyed some aspects, most aspects. No, we enjoyed most aspects. It was really good. Rain, camping, it's not my thing. I don't know if it's everybody's thing, but still, it's really an experience to have. As we go about this time, you experience outdoors, campgrounds, it's that kind of thing, and yeah, being able to spend time together, spend time doing stuff like whitewater rafting or on the beach or hiking trails or etc. Just a lot of different things. It was, anyways, yeah. So it was fun. I know a lot of kids had fun, so I had fun. At least if they, no, I'm kidding. But yeah, at least I had fun. I was able to enjoy. Actually, yeah. Also, just anyways, I didn't really want to drag on too long, but yeah, also for myself in the position of team leading and caretaking for the kids. Um, yeah, really. Anyways, in short, uh, experiencing Heavenly Parent's heart, uh, longing desire for the kids and for them to have a good time. Uh, yeah, and it's a lot of work, but it was good. It was a good time, good effort, and we we overall enjoyed it. So, with that, now we'll go into our individual testimonies for this time. So, first up, going in age order. So, I will introduce uh, one of the younger ones, and specifically my younger brother, Thomas.
Um, Going into Arenda, I didn't really have any expectations, or I didn't want to, cause I felt like I didn't. It was my first ever Arenda camp, and it was my first church camp I've been to in a while. So, going into it, I felt like I was pretty close-minded, and I just knew like in the 2 weeks I wanted to get something out of it. I didn't want to waste 2 weeks. Going into it, I wasn't like I didn't want to go, but it wasn't like the worst thing in the world. I didn't mind it that much, but I think the biggest thing I learned and I realized is that like growth takes place like while you're pushing past your limits. I feel if you're always comfortable and you're never like pushing yourself, you will just stay in the same, like you'll stay stagnant. You won't make any progress and you won't grow at all. I think I learned this during fundraising. Like a lot of my like my worst memories, but also my best, it came from fundraising. Talking to other people, I feel like I could really feel God's love through fundraising, even if like you say no or I get rejected. I still felt God's love through other people, and I feel like God, He just provided when I really needed it the most. Um, I feel like I did grow my faith a lot. Like going into it, I knew that God existed, but I didn't really have like a self experience to know like why God existed. I just knew like He did from like other people's like experiences, but I felt I could really like feel God through like other people in the camp. So I feel like even though um, maybe it wasn't the best. Like not everything went up to plan. I feel like I did gain a lot through Arenda, like even like every single day, like fundraising and going adventuring with my team, my nation. I felt I gained a lot that I can apply in my daily life, just like slowing everything down, just being, open to everything, um, showing gratitude to the little things, cause life moves so fast, and if you don't slow and pause to think about it, you you will miss out on everything. So I felt like I learned how to show gratitude and how to like push myself. I knew I wanted to learn something, so I kind of just came in like, and my mindset was just like whatever happened happens. So I think it was a good experience, and I would recommend it. So um, this is my testimony. Thank you, and welcome up, Mato.
Good morning, everybody. All right. So, Arenda. So, I'm gonna be really honest. I didn't really want to go to Arenda. I wouldn't say force, but like this one day in Sunday school, Jack's mom, um, she had asked everybody, who's going to Arenda. Everybody raised their hands but me, and it's like, and she asked me like, why am I not going to Arenda? I was like, I didn't know, but like deep in my mind, I didn't really want to go. And I told my mom I didn't want to go. I begged her to like not let me go. And and like so like they asked me to just try it out. They told me all the adventures that they went on, like jet skiing, and they said it was a college basketball court over there. And yeah, and like so when I got to Arenda, uh the difficulties I had, first I didn't have my phone. I really I really like having my phone, and like the schedules. I slept late. I got up late. Like when I take showers, I took long showers and stuff. And I kind of didn't really like my nation, but it's like when I got to experience it, well, it wasn't really that bad. And like and throughout these 2 weeks, I actually am like grateful for my nation. And I really feel like I grew my relationship with God in a way, because this one time when we were fundraising, Timothy, he took my phone, and he said if I don't meet my goals, uh, I wouldn't get my phone back. So then after he dropped us off to our location to fundraise, I did my 1 minute prayer. And then after my 1 minute prayer, I started fundraising, and I met my goal. But when we came back in the van, he took it again. And he said, if I don't meet my other goal, I won't get it back. So then that's when after that, I just kind of felt like furious, stuff like that. I didn't want to fundraise no more. And then I knew I wasn't gonna meet the goal because I think I already made like 100 or like 90 or something like that. And then after that, my partner was Thomas, I think. And then after that, we did our 1 minute prayer. I actually met my goal again. Yeah. And then and like during out fundraising, actually my internal goal was to like grow my confidence and like talking to people and like not judge others because like people that I thought that wouldn't like donate, they actually started donating. Like the like somebody with tattoos or somebody like with like a lot of hair, dreads, they look scary and stuff like that. And even though like I kind of was scared, I went up to them. They still donated, and and after that, I just like started showing more confidence. I wasn't scared. And I'm very grateful for the team I had, even though like at first I wasn't like I didn't know them at one point. And I actually enjoyed like some of the 100Ks and lectures, even though like I slept through them, some of them really. And I didn't really know like how to be pure and stuff. And then yeah, and my internal goal was to like be more confident. My external goal was to like make 150 a day, but I actually made like 300. And then and and the good things that we did in Arenda that I like was tubing and being with everybody like around it, like the camp and stuff. And one thing that I learned in Arenda uh that I really like think everybody should do is like reflections and stuff. Reflecting is like a good way to realize like everything realize like from somebody else's perspective. Like if you do something and you feel like you're right, take some time to reflect like from somebody else's perspective because you guys don't like look at the same stuff. And I feel like Arenda taught me more of that, and I'm grateful. Well, would I go to Arenda again? No, uh, but yeah, and I'm very grateful that God uh, told me to go to Arenda. I'm grateful for my team. I'm grateful for everybody, and thank you so much. I would like to welcome up Steven.
So my testimony is gonna be about like my mindset. So before I started like going like before the camp, like from last Arenda, I realized how much like I complained, and like I realized like how annoying it is to myself and like others, and like from that Arenda to this Arenda, I tried improving on my mindset. So going into this camp, I'm pretty excited because last Arenda, set the standard pretty high. So I'm thinking in my head, my team's probably gonna be like the same or like around the same. So when I saw my team, I was pretty disappointed, cause like I didn't know anybody except for like maybe one person, cause it was like someone from the West Coast, someone from the East Coast, someone from the DMV, and someone from the Midwest. And the dude from the Midwest, I didn't even talk to that much. So yeah, and then so I'm like thinking in my head, like maybe I'll know the sisters. So when I saw them, I was like, oh shoot, bro, I know one person. I know 2 out of the 8 people on my team. So like, are you serious, bro? Like, even though like deep down I was like, bro, like I'm bummed, but like, I tried like keeping a good mindset, and like I kept telling myself like maybe these dudes are cool. I just need to like get to know them. So throughout the 3-day workshop at the camp, we did a lot of like team activities, and like I noticed like everyone was like the vibe of every person was like very different. So I'm like thinking in my head like this Arenda is gonna be so boring. Like nobody like there's no chemistry. So like even though everyone's like vibes were different, like somehow like everyone was like being included and like not like being lonely and like quiet. So it kind of like oh like everyone was having fun and stuff, and it kind of made me realize like I was so focused on the like future when I should have been focused on the present. And like I made like a saying in my head. There's no point of focusing on the there's no point of focusing on the outcome if you're not focusing on the present, and like the present can always change the outcome. And even if you're not focused on the outcome, there's no point of like dwelling on the past. And if you dwell on the past, it will always make the outcome better or worse. And like that saying like stuck with me throughout the camp, and it's pretty much saying like, why would you purposely want to make this experience worse for yourself? And like by like comparing and like thinking about what's gonna happen. And I think because of it, it made this camp like a lot more fun and memorable. And then after that, we did fundraising for 4 days. I feel like it wasn't too bad, but it wasn't too good. You know, last year I was making like triple the amount. But you know, I kind of realized like fundraising isn't about like raising money, but it's about like spreading God's love. And like because of that, I feel like I wasn't able to like have any bad encounters except for like maybe one, but it's okay, you know. After fundraising, we did adventuring. My team went tubing and went to Mackinac Island where there's like no cars, so they use like horses for transportation. And then we had like a challenge day at the beach, and then cliff jumping. So after cliff jumping, we had like our last full day of fundraising, which we went on like a little walk to a dock where we went fishing. We only had like 5 casts before we lost our bait, so that was tough. And then we went to like a farm and saw a bunch of animals. And then we went to like a cheese factory and got 9-year-old cheese. The cheese, it was pretty strong. I would not recommend, bro. And then we stayed at the Chicago PYC and had like a cook-off. And then after we got back, we had like a reflection. Nothing really eventful happened for me, so I was like, that was kind of like the end of it. And then like, I feel like this camp wasn't about like having fun all the time, but like kind of showing how much you've grown since the last one. And like, because since I was on like a team with like, I knew like nobody, and like a lot of external things happened that like kind of really tested my mindset. It kind of showed like how much I've grown since the last one. And then like, before I end this, I just want to say I'm really grateful for my captains and my team, because they really helped me grow a lot, and like they made this Orenda really fun and memorable. And that's pretty much it for my testimony. I'll welcome up Ariana.
Good morning, everyone. So at the beginning, while I was thinking about like this Orenda, I was a little nervous because like last year I had like such a great time that I was like worried that like I wouldn't feel the same like joy and happiness this year, and that I would like keep on comparing my experience this year to last year. But also when I found out who my team was, I was a little kind of worried because the sisters on my team, I knew like basically none of them at all. But then also relieved at the same time because the brothers on my team, I knew like almost all of them because they were on my team last year. And for my team leaders, I didn't know any of them at all. So I was like, oh, will they be good team leaders? But my worries instantly faded when I started talking to my team. Me and the sisters like instantly clicked and like became new friends. And I felt like I was able to grow my relationship with the brothers much stronger than last year. And my team leaders were just so like kind and hardworking, and they're so willing to like get to know me and want to like hear my experience and how I felt. So I felt like I was really able to talk to them honestly and share my true feelings, and like they would just give me like such great advice, and you know, I felt safe to share anything on my mind. I felt like fundraising, I felt like I really had a much positive mindset this year. Last year I was like, oh my gosh, I have to go fundraising again. I really don't want to approach people. But this year I was like, I want to really spread love. And my internal goal was to love everyone as God's child. And I felt like I was really able to do that. But I have an injury on my hip, and like it can start hurting. So it started hurting during fundraising. So I was like, oh, I couldn't go for 3 whole runs. And first I was like, oh shoot, like what will I do during this time? Will it be boring or something like that? But I felt like during the time where I couldn't go, I stayed with my team leaders, and I feel like that really like allowed me to get closer with my team leaders because they would just, we would just hang out at the park, go to cafe, or just talk, you know. So like it was actually really nice. But yeah, and my team did lots of water activities, but I feel like my favorite was sunset kayaking. Um, we went kayaking during sunset, and like I feel like it was just like you really feel like God's love through nature, and I was like, oh, that's like my favorite. That was my favorite because like I just wish like everyone could experience that kind of like beauty through nature and stuff like that. But yeah, I felt like I was really able to feel lots of gratitude because like, you're camping. There's a bunch of mosquitoes. I got bit like so many times. I like counted all of them on my hand. I think I got like 11 on my hand or something like that. But yeah, and like I feel like I was really able to feel like grateful because like at home I have AC. I have a nice bed to sleep on. But then like while camping, you're like hard. It's like hard floor, and you're only on your sleeping bag. But like felt like I was really grateful for like all the things I have back at home, and yeah, I feel like this year, like really just I felt a lot of joy, and like me saying in the beginning like, oh no, will this be like the worst than like last year? I feel like I completely forgot about that thought and just had such a great time with my team. So yeah, I'm just really grateful for all my teammates, my team leaders, for giving me this like great new experience, this Orenda. So yeah, thank you. Next, I would like to welcome up my beautiful sister Claire.
Good morning, guys. Okay, not gonna lie, I did not really want to give a testimony for this Orenda, but I'm here anyway, I guess. Yeah, this Orenda, I really struggled a lot, and I just was like, I don't feel inspired. So I hope I can show you guys somehow like how you can feel God. So basically, I guess I'll give like some background. Oh shoot, wait, let me put on a timer. Last Orenda, I had a really good time. Like I just felt so much love, and like even like just sitting in the van, like no one had to say anything. I just felt love, even if we were just sitting there. And I thought about Orenda a lot, like throughout the school year. I learned so many things. Like I grew, and I could see it, and I learned how to be vulnerable. I was just so happy, and like I thought about Orenda all the time. And coming up this Orenda, I was really excited, but I also knew that like it's gonna be different because like kind of my friends are in the older group now, so I'm probably not gonna be on a team with them, and like I just had this like feeling like I don't think it's gonna be that good. Um, yeah, and that kind of happened. When I got my team, like Steven was saying, it was really hard. I felt like I didn't really connect or click with them, and like Steven said, like the chemistry was just not there, and I struggled a lot, and I basically just cried like 3 days straight. I was like, every time I thought of my team last year.
You get rejected, usually you have someone by your side when you're fundraising, and like you get rejected together. But like this time, it's just like they're saying no to just you, and yeah, it's hard, but it also taught me like the lesson of perseverance and just moving on to the next one. So I think that really grew my character. And yeah, like a couple people said before, just like appreciating, like living in like a difficult circumstances helps you appreciate what you had before. So I would say like, yeah, camping outside, you have like maybe 2 showers at a campsite, and you kind of have to wait, and you're getting bit by mosquitoes all the time. There's no AC, and you know, you don't have a lot of the luxuries that you have at home. So yeah, you get to appreciate that more. And I think it's a good thing to like experience those kinds of struggles so that you can grow your gratitude. Um, and yeah, overall, I'm just grateful for the team that we had. I was able to open up to like my team leaders, and I'm still like reflecting on the advice that they gave me, but they gave some really great advice. Um, and yeah, overall, I'm just grateful. The nature was really nice. Yeah, we were outdoor like most of the time, so got to appreciate God's creation and nature, especially the water, since that was what we were doing most of the time. But yeah, the water was super nice. Like I said, I can't swim, but the water was, yeah, great. Um, yeah. Overall, I had a great experience, and yeah, I'm just thankful. So, next up, I would like to welcome up Titus for his testimony.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So, I'm gonna be honest. I was kind of signed up to this against my will. Like I had no say in it, kind of. And to be honest, I was a little irritated at that, because like I feel like every other camp experience I've had hasn't been the greatest. But I think I came into this one just being like, this is my final opportunity to hang out with. I got Jack, and then there's 2 other boys in Chicago that are also graduating. I'm really close with, so I think that was my goal. It was kind of to ignore all the internal stuff and just hang out with my friends. But it was kind of interesting because first day we get to camp, and it's Jack and then the 2 graduated boys in Chicago on one team, and I'm separated from them. And I'm like with a lot of younger people, and I was like super devastated, honestly. Like my last ever camp, I can't hang out with like the dudes I'm closest with. I mean, my original team wasn't bad. Like I still knew people, but I was like, I just really wanted to hang out with the people. So I feel like first 3 days I was kind of just in a bad mood the entire time. Like I asked the director already twice, like, can I switch my team so I could hang out with my graduated boys? But yeah, I was kind of just like, I wasn't really paying attention to anything or like any 100K. Like I was kind of like straying away from God a little bit. But it was on the last day before like we started fundraising. Like I went up to the camp director and I was like, I poured my heart out. I'm like, please change my team. Like please, like I just want to hang out with my guys before I go to college, and like, like it would mean a whole lot. But all he said is like, I'll try, I'll see what I can do. So I thought it was over. So it was like that night I gave like just like a 10-minute prayer, like, God, if you switch my team, like I promise I'll try everything in my power to get closer with you. I'll do anything. Like I'll listen to every 100K, I'll do everything. And then I wake up next morning, I'm switched teams. I'm with the other team. So it's like, yeah. And honestly, I'm just super grateful for that. Like there had to be like team switch. Like a lot of people had to move around, but I'm like extremely grateful for that, because I feel like that team is like exactly what I needed to grow closer to God, because I feel like my relationship with God wasn't really close at all. But I think through just hanging out with my team, like we meshed really well. Like I feel like, yeah, it'd be like stupid stuff, like a 3-4 hour van ride, but it was still like some of the funnest times in my life. And like looking back on it, I think fundraising was a little hard. I was definitely Ohio's worst fundraiser, very much so. It was kind of funny, like we had end of the day recaps, and I'd make like $60 on the end of the day, and I see Thomas made almost 600. It's like what am I even doing? But yeah, it was crazy. But if I have to think about one fundraising experience, it'd probably be like one of the second days. I was fundraising with Genesis, and you know, it was like an industrial area, and my internal goal was like just like understand God through other people. But in the beginning of that run, like we would alternate because we would just stay together, and it's like she would go, she would get a poster sale, and then I would go, I get nothing, and it happened like 3-4 times in a row where she got poster sale, I got nothing. But I think even though like I wasn't like really the best fundraiser, I think I had a lot of good experiences like that run. Like we had like there was like a lot of engineering places, and I was able to just like talk to a lot of people, and like that's what I'm trying to get into, like college and stuff. So I was like, I guess I kind of understood like God gives people like unlimited potential to do anything they want. So this Orenda was really good for me. I think I came in with low expectations, but I think I really was able to like experience God's love to the max, and I'm really grateful for that. Grateful for my team and, you know, everyone. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. And then next up, I think we got a sister I'm very appreciative of. You know, me and Jack are going to college, but she's gonna save the Ohio community, I think. So I think help welcome up Genesis.
Hi, guys. Good morning. Yes, so I think I'm the last person, so I just want to say thank you all for coming. Like Precious said, it's a packed house today, so I really appreciate all of you guys coming here to hear about our Orenda experiences and to hear about how God changed some of us in our lives. So, yes. So I was on Jack and Titus's team this year. We were all seniors, like Jack said. And I'm just going to talk about my fundraising because I had a lot of team leaders this year, and they helped me recognize my victories. And so if I said all my victories, I would be up here for like all day. So I'm just going to talk about one. So we did a lot of fun things. We did tubing, canoeing. I also can't swim like Jack. So when we heard every day we were doing something with water. Like I would ask the team leaders, what are we doing tomorrow? Swimming. What are we doing the day after that? Swimming. The day after that, swimming. And I can't swim, so yeah. But it was still really fun. We went to Michael Jackson's house. I was so happy that we went to Michael Jackson's house. I was so happy. We went jet skiing. Yeah, all that type of fun stuff. So yeah, even though there were a lot of water stuff, I still had a lot of fun. But I'm going to talk about my fundraising experience. I learned 2 things. And I saw a lot of growth in myself from like last year to now. And I remember last year in Orenda, I came back and I had a sharing with Jacob Saar. And I was telling him that I didn't feel like I had grown at all because I would see people around me and I would see people growing visibly, and it felt like it was like a stair step, and I would see people growing, but I would be at the bottom just watching them. I'd be proud of them, but I would also be like, wow, I want to grow too. And so this year, I think I really saw so much growth in myself from the past year to now. So I was so happy about that. And I think one of the ways I grew was that I learned to change my perspective. So my internal goal for the entire Orenda was to have a different perspective, look through God's eyes, look through God's lens, and just try to understand people better. And so during fundraising, I really learned that because like every time I would go up to somebody and they're like, no, I can't donate. I don't have any money. Like I'm going through a rough time. I can't donate right now. It's like I really tried to understand. It's like, yeah, they cannot give me money right now because they're having such a hard time. They have to provide for their family, or, they have to, they just need that money for something else. So I was really able to understand them. And I think that made fundraising easier for me because it made the rejections hit less when I was able to understand people through a different perspective. And I also learned, especially I went fundraising actually with Jack and Titus at one point. When I went out with Jack, and I went out with Jack one day and then Titus the other day, but I learned the same thing from both of them. And I learned that they both, when they went out, they would make genuine connections with people, and they would really try to get to know that person and like understand them, you know? So I really, really looked up to that. Like Titus said, like we went to an industrial place one time and he just really wanted to know about people and know like their perspective. And I thought that was so cool. So I took that with me. And also I went out with Jack one time and like, usually, you know, when you sell a poster, that's the end of the conversation and you want to go, right? But like when I went with Jack, he was still asking people like, oh, what do you do working here? Do you like your job? You know, it's like they both really tried to make a connection with people, and that is something I really admired. So I learned that, and then that day so all of our team, we went out by ourselves at one point. And so when I went out by myself, I really tried to make connections with people like them. So I really appreciated that. And the second thing I learned was like a gratitude. This is something I did not have last year as well when I was fundraising because I didn't have this type of gratitude, but it was like in my spiel, right? I would say, yeah, I'm doing a fundraiser for my summer camp project Orenda, and we do activities like blah, 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 blah. And at the end, I would say, even like, would you like to help support us by buying a poster or making a small donation? Because every single dollar counts. And I realized like everything that I'm saying in like my spiel, like even though I say like 1,000 times, I really, really mean it. Because like literally every single dollar that they gave to us was so meaningful to me, because sometimes we would have $5 budgets for food. So even if somebody donated me $1, is like that $1 is going to my meal at McDonald's, or it's going to my meal that we eat at Walmart, you know? And that meal is like keeping me alive so I can receive God's love through the activities, you know? So I was so grateful for every dollar. Or maybe that $1 or $2 they gave went to like an activity where I was able to encounter and receive God's love more, you know? So I became super, super grateful. And I didn't think I had that last year. So that's like another way I saw growth. But I think because of those two things, I was really able to open my heart more, and I opened my perspective, and I just was more open, you know? And it led me to God blessing me so much. Like I made a lot of money this year. I didn't know that I would have made this much. Like I didn't do that last year. And so yeah, God really blessed me this year. And I think God showed me that so last year, like I said, I didn't think I had grown, but this year I really felt like I've grown a lot, and I'm very proud of myself. And I feel like it was just God telling me like, you're going the right way and you're doing the right things, and you are doing a good job and you're having a good mindset, which is something that's very special to me. I usually don't think those type of positive things a lot, but yeah, I was able to think that. And through that fundraising experience, I was really able to show my sincerity. Like I showed a heart of sincerity that I didn't even know I had. Like last year I had a big ego. I was like, oh, I can go out fundraising, I'm gonna make a lot of money, and I didn't make anything. So this year, like I was just sincere, I was humble. So I think through my heart of sincerity, like God really, really blessed me, and so I'm super grateful. But yeah, this was my last camp as a participant, and so I'm really, really grateful for every single person on my team. Like I learned something from everyone, and everyone was so kind. All of my teammates and my team leaders, I'm so grateful for them. And yeah, so right, like Titus said, I am going to NGM this year, so I think this was a very, very good end to my years as a participant. I've been going to camp since like I was a sophomore, freshman, and yeah, it was a really good end, and I also thought it was a really, really good beginning for me when I go to NGM in the fall. So thank you so much. Yeah.
Can we give them like a louder applause? Thank you. Thank you all so much for sharing. And now we'll be showcasing a short video, the recap video for Orenda.
On these days, trying to find an ounce of faith. I feel the world coming on down the streets to burn. The news is spawning honest. I don't know what to believe. They're buying bombs and selling kids, and everyone seems fine with it. And who knows if it's AI on my screen. I've been almost overcome these days, trying to find an ounce of faith. Lord, would you give me strength to say, hey, I'm a child of God. It's dark down here, but I'm holding on. Hey, when is heaven coming down? Oh, someone tell me how much longer now.
Wave to the camera, wave to the camera.
And nothing ever satisfies. The laughter drowns, the money dries. I feel my body breaking down to dust. And everyone I let inside eventually will bleed me dry. And daggers only come from those I love. Father, where are you in all this? If you're moving, I don't see it. I choose to trust you now, even if it's the death of me. Hey, I'm a child of God. It's dark down here, but I'm holding on. Hey, when is heaven coming down? Oh, someone tell me how long now. When it feels like I can't go on, I remember what you did on that cross, and now counting privilege to bear this pain, knowing what it took to give me your name. Father, help me. I've been almost overcome these days, trying to find an ounce of faith. Lord, would you give me strength to say, hey, I'm a child of God. It's dark down here, but I'm holding on. Hey, when is heaven coming down? Oh, hey, I'm a child of God. It's dark.
Let's give it up for our Project Orenda participants. So yeah, thank you so much to the 9 of you who shared your testimony. Yeah, we heard 9 testimonies, everybody. So thank you for being patient and listening. But thanks to your sharings, I was able to have more than 10 new sermon topics. There's so much gold that you guys shared in your own experience. Really, because Heavenly Parent was there, you allowed Heavenly Parent to be present in your experience. And Project Orenda, there's a date from July 1st to the 16th. So Project Orenda is done. However, the lessons and the internal goals that you set for yourself can still be applied even now and to your future. So I hope you guys, never forget the memories. It's not just the internal stuff, but having activities and fun too. The bonds that you're able to create with your fellow brothers and sisters across the United States. And it's really, please cherish those moments and take it with you as you go forward. And if you ever forget, just watch the recap video. It's not too long. It's only 3 minutes. And then I'm sure it'll bring up a lot of emotions and memories. And Titus already mentioned it, but out of our 9 participants, the brother who made the most fundraising results was Thomas at $588. I know external isn't everything, but it definitely reflects the internal. And Thomas, from hearing your testimony, I know you worked a lot and you understood that the important part about being able to grow even in uncomfortable circumstances. And so we hope to see your growth throughout this year and or many years to come. And I'd like to invite up everybody or all the Orenda participants to come back up right here. We have a cake for you guys. So Orenda participants, please come up right here to the front. And this is a cake to celebrate your victory and also the victory of coming back home safe. So our band is going to lead a song. You know, it's the typical birthday tune, but we're going to be singing Congratulations, Everybody. Yes, to you. So let's put the fire on.
Congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. Congratulations, congratulations.
Orenda.
Congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. Hey, congratulations to you. Hey, congratulations. We love you. Congratulations to you. Woo.
3, 2, 1. Hold the knife. Everyone hold the shoulders. Just one down the middle. All right, congratulations, guys. You may take your seats. Yeah, so each of them shared roughly about 3 to 5 minutes, some a little bit more, but there's so much more to unpack in their experience. And so please, if you have some time over lunch or some other time afterwards, connect with them, ask them for their stories. And I know we're going quite late today. Thank you for your time, but I just want to briefly mention a few things, a few other updates that are happening or kind of report from our community. So if we can have my slides. Yeah, so this past week was our final third week of Moving Towards Higher Ground, phase 2 of the experience. So these are just some of the photos that we have from this third week. So thank you so much, everyone, for really investing into each other and really being able to share Heavenly Parents' love and receiving Heavenly Parents' love from each other as we are continuously wanting to improve and build our community in a place where anyone can feel Heavenly Parents' love. So thank you so much. And for those who participated, we had 42 participants this time. Of course, we don't have all 21 photos. Not everyone submitted photos, but 42 of you were able to come together and commit in these past 3 weeks to meet one another. And I will be sending out a reflection form later today, so please just write your reflection on how your experience was, and I'd love to be able to receive it and read it by tomorrow. And also, my family was able to visit the Angelucci's. Actually, they invited us to come home, and because it was a little later in the evening, 3 of their children are not in the photograph. But it was such a wonderful time just to be able to be spending time with Josh and Homaru-san and their kids. We started by watching the third place World Cup soccer game and over dinner. And then a lot of conversations and playing with the kids. And we also watched the Mario movie, part of it. But yeah, just being able to have that heart-to-heart connection, it's really beautiful. And I'm truly blessed to be able to have such a wonderful older brother and older sister in our community. Thanks, Josh. And also yesterday, I participated for the first settlement project in my experience. This is was founded by Dr. Frank Kaufman. Actually, we have Dr. Frank and his wife, Hiroko-san, here. If you could please just stand up. They came all the way from New York City to be able to have this conference. Dr. Kaufman is the founder of the Settlement Project, and Uncle Marquise is the Midwest chapter of the Settlement Project. And yesterday, my experience, they had 4 people testify why they love America or why they appreciate America. The theme was celebrating America's 250th birthday. And actually, out of the 4, one of them was our brother, Mike. He shared, from his perspective, being an exchange student from China and being able to work on his PhD here in America. And so it was so nice and refreshing to hear, because actually, World Cup is happening here, and I've been seeing a lot on social media, a lot of Europeans and South Africans and people from all around the world experiencing America and blowing up on social media how much they love America, while the mainstream media shows something otherwise. And so just being able to live that and hear live testimonies, it was really meaningful to me. And then Dr. Kaufman gave the keynote address, and he was sharing about the state of America and how much we really need to be able to bring back the strength of and unity within the families, and then that creates a stronger society. And America can live up to its potential of being able to become a beacon, a hope for the world. But of course, as photographed, there's a lot of non-members. There's people from different religious backgrounds, as well as a lot of politicians who are planning to run in a certain seat in the upcoming election in November, the midterms. And so, it's not like we could just profess like Heavenly Parent, true parents, and all that. But I really appreciated Dr. Kaufman and also Uncle Marquise, how they facilitated this experience. After Dr. Kaufman shared, we were broken up into small groups. And one of the point that he mentioned in his keynote address, as well as became a question, was, what do you think, or how do you think you can connect to God's providence? And of course, we receive True Parents' words, so it's very clear for us how God is moving, how God is working, and what America's role is for God's providence. But I appreciated that point and asking that question, because many of these brothers and sisters, it gets them thinking deeper about, it's not just we as Americans are driving this nation of America, but God has a providential role to play with this nation. And we heard some of the answers and responses, and of course it was nowhere near our True Parents' vision, but I think just being able to plant that seed and for us to connect further with these brothers and sisters, I believe is the way that God was working in yesterday's program to eventually help them lead to understand who true parents are. And, I really felt it. I felt like, oh, geez, actually, I have to be the one to help them fill that answer, fill that blank of when asked, what is God's providence for America? And also for many of the members who are also gathered there. And so thank you, Dr. Kaufman, for such a meaningful and incredible event, and for giving me a big homework to do. And for all of us, Ohio Family Church, it's not just my homework, but we as disciples of True Parents need to help these brothers and sisters and the rest of Ohio to connect with our Heavenly Parent and True Parents. And so, Dr. Kaufman and his wife are here. Please say hi to them, chat over them over lunch. They'll be leaving tomorrow morning, so maybe even later today, if I don't know their schedule, but if you get a chance, please greet them. And this photo is just what's upcoming for me. I just wanted to let everybody know that from Tuesday until Thursday, I'm going to be going to Las Vegas at the Chunshimwon because we, as the Family Fed pastors, are called by Reverend Dunkley and headquarters to meet with Christian pastors and we're going to have this Higher Ground Revival workshop. This is something, at least in my experience, it's going to be first time. It's not just going to Japan and Korea with these Christian pastors and asking them to support our cause and stand up for us, but we're really going to have a heart-to-heart connection with these Christian pastors, bishops, and family-fed pastors. So I'd love to, experience that and bring a lot of my experience in sharing next Sunday, as well as on Saturday. This right photo shows the Spiceland National Youth Campus, because on Saturday is the Next Gen Mission graduation, and it's the first year since it changed from GPA to NGM, Next Gen Missions, that we're able to really claim this victory for Heavenly Parent, for True Parents, and for the staff of NGM and the participants, and really be able to celebrate as a national continental community. And so I believe Precious, maybe through Precious, and Tim is going back he's going to be cooking for this event. So through Precious, we'll try to arrange some carpooling for the younger people, for the youth and young adults. But yeah, I'd love to see all of us to be there too, if you can make it. It's from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., but it's about 2.5 hour drive, so you'd have to leave around like 6:30 in the morning to make it there. So yeah, I'd love to take these two experiences before next Sunday and be able to share and report on them. But also next Sunday is Parents' Day, so that will be the main theme and main topic, and then I'll be able to share a bit about that experience. So yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for coming, for celebrating our Project Orenda participants and their victories, and I just wanted to wish you well for this upcoming week, and just please be mindful that Heavenly Parent loves you, True Parents love you, Jesus loves you, and I love you very much. God bless.
Thank you so much, Pastor Yasin. Thank you so much to our community members. I'd like to remind everyone you can scan the QR code to offer your donations electronically, or you can place cash or checks in the donation boxes located throughout the church building. And thank you so much for all your donations. They really go well for our community. It goes into a lot of things. So I'd now also like to welcome up the music ministry for our closing song.